Welcome to the Pilates session this morning. Please listen to your bodies. Don't listen to my instructions, rather listen to your body. So if there's anything I'm doing that's uncomfortable to your body, listen to your body rather than to me. I will try and talk you through any precautions for any latent injuries. Most of all, enjoy and try to have a nice even rhythm to the breath. So sitting in any comfortable seated position, relax your facial muscles, relax your shoulders, and just feel the lengthening in your spine. Relax your jaw. And as you exhale, drop your chin onto your chest and keeping the chin tucked right in, swing the head from left to right. Try and keep your spine as erect as possible and just the head is dropped. Take it as far to the left and the right as you can with the chin tucked right in. Chin back to the center, lift up your chin, now turn your head all the way to the right. Drop your chin to your chest and bring it all the way up to the left. And keep making a semicircle, turning your head as much to the left and the right as you can. Bring your chin back to the center of the chest, lift up your chin. Now drop your right ear to your right shoulder, mirror image. Try and keep the shoulders level and just allow the head to hang nice and heavy. Feel the stretch on the side of the neck. Try and keep the spine straight by pushing the small of the back forward. Straighten out your neck, and as you exhale, allow the head to drop to the other side. Shoulders relaxed. Nice even rhythm to the breath. Try and slow the breath. On the inhalation, bring your head back to the center. Only if your neck is healthy, drop the head back. See if you can put your bottom teeth over your top teeth and feel the stretch of the facia under the jaw. Drop your chin to your chest again. Take the shoulder tips back. Keep the length in the spine. Tuck the chin right in. Lift up your chin, look straight ahead, bring your arms out to the sides, pushing into the heel of the hands, little pulses, taking the arms back. So I'm overemphasizing it because I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm really pulling the arms back, fingertips to the ceiling, warming up those shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it, squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep flexing into the wrists. Now turn your fingers to the floor. Fingers to the ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling. All the time pulling the arms back. Try and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Flex into the wrists again. Little circles. Make them a bit bigger. Slow it down. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together as you take the arms back. Feel that opening in the chest as you pull the arms back. Pull the arms back, hold it there, flex into the wrists. And release. Bring your forearm onto the mat, stretch across the room, look under your shoulder, up at the ceiling, stretch into the fingertips. Nice deep full breath. Breathe in, coming up, and as you exhale, take it over to the other side, take the top shoulder back. Look up at the ceiling, stretch into the fingertips. One more on each side. Breathe in, coming up, and as you exhale, take it over to the other side. Try and take the top shoulder back. Breathe in, coming up, and as you exhale, over to the other side. Breathe in, coming up. We're going onto all fours. So come up onto all fours. With your knees directly under your hips and your hands directly under the shoulders, and spread your fingers so you have a nice V between each finger, and just get as much movement into the spine as you can. I'm swinging my hips from left to right, and I'm taking one shoulder back and the other one forward. Bring it back to the center, round out your back. Now hollow your back, lift your chin and roll your hips out. Breathing out as you round out the back and breathing in as you lift the chin. Find a nice even rhythm to the breath. Finish on an exhalation and part your knees a little wider. Now push the hips back and bring the shoulders over your hands. If you have a wrist problem, come onto your knuckles or you can come onto your forearms. Now take it a little deeper, dropping the hips. If you have a knee problem, you obviously don't want to hyperflex into that knee joint. 3, 2, now drop the hips. Slide your hands forward and drop your forehead to the mat. Feel a lengthening in the spine. Relax your jaw. Keep your hands shoulder width. We're going into down dog. Lift your hips. Tuck in your toes. Lift your knees. And as you exhale, push the heels down and pedal the legs. Tuck in the chin, gazing towards your knees. Suck in the belly. We're going to do what's called running the dog. You bend the left leg, then the right leg, then the left leg and add a bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. 1, 2, bounce, bounce. Now hold it. Gently come down onto your knees, crawl your legs through your hands. Bring your hands behind you, take your feet out from under you, straighten out your legs, flex into the heels, nice deep breath in, and exhale, suck in the belly, tuck in the chin. Watch your lower back here, and we're gently going to bounce the chest to the thighs. Try and keep the kneecaps pulled up, keep the belly tight to protect your lower back. We're just warming up the tendons in the lower back. 3, 2, 1. Now pull your chest to your thighs. Try and extend your hands beyond your feet to reach to the ceiling and release. Lying flat on your back, bring your glutes to the middle of your mat. Roll down. Now bring your heels directly under your knees and lift your hips. Little pulses with the hips, taking the hips up and down. Excuse me. As you lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, warm up those glutes, and I want you to push into your feet so you warm up the hamstrings, the muscles on the back of your legs. Don't let the knees splay apart, keep the length in the back of the neck, warm up those glute muscles and the hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold, squeeze your glutes, relax your shoulders. I want you to push into your big toe and your inner heel, and we're starting to warm up the inner thigh. Keep pushing into the feet. As you exhale, slowly lower the spine and interlace your fingers behind your head. Lift your upper body, pressing the spine into the mat. Float the legs up to the ceiling. We're working the inner thigh. Part the legs, little bounces. Try and pull up the kneecaps. 5, 4, 3, 2, pull and hold. Now see if you can push your elbow tips to the ceiling and engage your core muscles. I'm trying to draw blood into the core to warm up the core muscles. We're about to start working those core muscles. Close your legs, bend your knees so there's a 90-degree angle behind the knee. Keeping a 90-degree angle behind the knee, tap the floor and take it up. Swapping legs, find a nice even rhythm. Don't allow the knees to come in front of the hips. Keep the feet and knees hip distance and keep pushing your elbow tips to the ceiling. Keep that belly tight. Keep pushing the elbow tips to the ceiling. Don't put the heel down close to the glutes. But not here. Move that foot forward. Keeping a 90-degree angle behind the knee. Elbow tips to the ceiling. Belly tight. Keep pressing the spine into the mat. 10 more to go. Elbow tips to the ceiling. One leg down, followed by the other. Your heels directly under your knees and release the upper body. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Lift the upper body, push your spine into the mat. Reach the elbow tips to the ceiling. Keep the space between the chin and the chest and release. Exhale and lift, pushing the spine into the mat. Suck in the belly. Push the elbow tips to the ceiling and release. A little more advanced. Lift the upper body. Let the knee legs up, hold them, and release the upper body. A little more advanced, extend the legs at a 45-degree angle, and release the upper body. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, don't pull on the head, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it. Bend your knees, float the right leg down, left leg down, and release the upper body. Just bring your heels directly under your knees. Now I want you to press your elbows right back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the elbows pressed right back. Lift the upper body and take your right shoulder to the left knee and release. A little more advanced. Lift the knees. Now take the left shoulder to the right knee and release. Lift and twist and release. A little more advanced. Hold the legs at a 45-degree angle and keep lifting and twisting. Don't bring the elbow in, bring the shoulder in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bend your knees, let the right leg down, left leg down, and release the head and shoulders. Take the elbows right back, press the elbow tips into the floor, bring your heels directly under your knees. As you exhale, lift the upper body, suck in the belly. If you have a back problem, take the ankles above the hips and just hold it there, and you're going to crisscross from this position. If your back is healthy, drop the legs, keep the belly tight, and do your crisscross here. Keep going. Now see if you can pull the rib cage down. Push your elbow tips to the ceiling. Now speed up your crisscross. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Draw your knees into your chest, tuck in your chin, bring your hands to your heels. If you have a leg problem, leave your head resting on the mat. Tuck in the chin, slide the fingertips forward, slide the fingertips back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. 2 more sets. Exhale, lift and reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And again, lift, reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, pulses. Pull the knees into the chest. Pull hard. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. 2 more sets. Lift the head, reach forward. Little pulses. Pull in hard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull and hold. And release. Last set. Lift, reach, pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull and hold. And release. Well done. Both feet on the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Keep a space between the chin and the chest. Take the elbows right back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift the upper body. Suck in the belly and lift your feet. Lower the feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one and release. One more set. A little bit more advanced if you're up for it. Lift the upper body. Suck in the belly. Extend the legs at a 45-degree angle. Keep the belly tight. Lower the legs. Lift the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Pull your knees into your chest. Give your knees a tight hug. And release. Well done. Put your feet to the edge of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Now put your right ankle above your left knee. And we're going to take the left shoulder to the right knee. Lift and twist. Belly tight. Elbows back. And release. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold. If you're up for it, float the leg up. Keep the twist in the spine. And release. Over to the other side. Feet nice and wide on the edges of the mat. Your left ankle above the right knee. Lift and twist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold. Float the leg up. Hold it. Hold it. Twist with the upper spine. Shoulder to the knee. Not the elbow, the shoulder. Notice my bottom arm is lifted right off the floor. And release. Draw your knees into your chest. Pull the knees in. Feel the stretch in the lower back. And release. Straighten out your legs, one leg at a time. Legs into the heels. Fingertips behind your ears. Now press your waist into the mat and tilt the pubic bone to the ceiling and lift the head, lift the shoulders. And release. Exhale, spine to mat, navel to spine. And release. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And release. Bring your arms out to the sides. Point into your toes. Take the right leg to the ceiling. Now we're going to make a big circle with this leg. Big circle. And you can stay with that or more advanced. Both legs up and make a big circle. Swap legs if you're doing one leg. Now make your circles the other way around. Bring your knees into your chest. Hold your knees. Press the knees into the chest. Bring your arms down to your sides. Now we're going to lift the tailbone and lower the tailbone. Two more. Last one. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a tight hug. And release. Straighten out your legs one leg at a time. Bring your arms up above your head. Now you might have to fling the arms forward. Lift your arms, lift your head. Bring your spine off the floor. Reach to the ceiling. And you exhale. Take the spine into a C curve and slowly roll down. Bring your arms up above your head. Exhale and lift. Reach. Round out the back. And slowly come down. Four more. Exhale. Lift. Reach. C curve. And slowly roll down. Exhale. Reach. C curve. Slowly roll down. Three more to go. Lift. Reach. C curve. Slowly roll down. Reach up above your head. Last two. Lift. Reach to the ceiling. C curve. Slowly roll down. Last one. Lift. Reach. C curve. And slowly roll down. And release. Part your legs in a V. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Flatten your waist area into the mat, tilting your pubic bone to the ceiling. Now squeeze your glutes. Keep the length in the back of the neck. Keep your kneecaps soft. Keep your legs relaxed. Make a well with the abdominal area. And release. Scoop and squeeze. Work those glutes. And release. Scoop and squeeze. And release. 10. 9. Squeeze your glutes. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze and hold. Now bring the legs together, flex into the heels, bring your palms to face your thighs. If your neck is a problem, hold your head. If your neck is healthy, lift your head, tuck in the chin and reach forward. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach and hold. Point into the toes. Lift your spine, lift your legs. Try and get your ankles a little higher than the shoulders. Keep reaching forward with the fingertips. Now try and lengthen in the spine, sliding the shoulder blades down your back. Cross your feet at the ankles. Pull the heels towards your glutes. Lengthen in the spine. Nice deep breath in. Hook your thumbs together. Reach to the ceiling. Little pulses with the arms. Pulling the arms back. Look straight ahead. Feel the stretch in the front of the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pull and hold. Pull those thumbs apart. Pull, pull, pull. And release. Lengthening in the spine. Exhale and twist. Turn the head, turn the shoulders. And release. Over to the other side. Lengthen, exhale, and twist. And release. Coming into a squat. If you have a knee problem, please don't do a deep squat. I get the heels down. If you can, get the heels down. My ankles aren't supple enough. We're going into a forward bend, staying on your fingertips. Lift your hips, work the heels down. I want you to bend your knees and drop your hips and float your arms up next to your ears. go into a deep squat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep your weight to the heels. See if you can keep your big toes lifted throughout. Drop the hips, drop the hips. 2 more. We're going to hold the last one. Now hold it. See if you can lift your toes, reach into the fingertips, drop the hips. Let your hands down to the mat and step your feet to the back of the mat and straighten out the body into high plank. Push back into the heels, suck in the belly, don't let the head hang, keep your neck in line with the spine. As you exhale, come into the cat position. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees hip distance. Extend your left arm and your right leg, little pulses, lifting the arm and the leg. Keep the belly tight, keep the pelvis level. How high can you lift? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. And release. Over to the other side. Extend into the fingertip and into the toe. Little pulses. Lift, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold. And release. Part your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Now drop your glutes to your heels. Slide your hands forward and rest your forehead on the mat. Breathe in, coming up. We're going into down dog. Start with your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers with your index finger parallel to the outside of the mat. Tuck in your toes. Lift the knees. Push down into the heels. And slowly lower the knees to the mat. Breathing in as you lift, pushing the heels down. Breathing out as you lower the knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lift the hips, push the heels down. Bring your shoulders over your hands, wriggle your feet back, and flip over onto your side, top leg in front, and lift the arm. If you're up for it, see if you can lift the leg. And flip over, top leg in front, and you've got your balance, lift the arm. If you're confident, lift the leg. And face down again. Come down onto your knees. Bring your hips above your knees. And take your right leg forward. Little pulses with the hips. See if you can lift your chin. 5, 4, 3, 2. Push the hips down. Lift the chin. Tuck in the toe of the back foot, lift the knee. Now keeping your right knee bent, bring your hands onto your knee. If you have a back problem, that's as far as you go. If your back is healthy, reach to the ceiling and drop the hips. Lift the hips, drop the hips. Reach to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and drop and hold. Look straight ahead. Try and straighten the back leg. And release. Starting in the cat position. the left leg forward, lift the knee. Bounces. Your hands onto the knee. Only if your back is healthy, reach to the ceiling. Little passes. Keep that back leg straight. Now drop and hold. And release. Step back into down dog. Lift the hips, work the heels down, tuck in the chin. Wriggle the feet back, bring your shoulders over your hands, hold it in high plank. Now push forward onto your toes, back into the heels. Push back into the heels. Drop onto your knees, bring your glutes to your heels. And creep your fingertips forward, tuck in the chin. Feel the stretch in the lower back. Breathe in, coming up. Move your hips in front of your knees, little press-ups. Keep the elbows close to the rib cage. Keep the length in the back of the neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Now rest your forehead on the back of your hands and part your legs. Bend your knees. Bring the heels together, but separate the toes. Suck in the belly, press your pubic bone into the mat. If you have a back problem, you lift just one knee at a time and alternate knees. Squeeze the heels together, press your pubic bone into the mat, lift the knees, and release. Lift and squeeze, and release. Lift and squeeze, keep your belly tight. Keep going. Find your own rhythm. Squeeze those heels. Squeeze hard, lift high. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. And release. Close your knees. Straighten out your legs. Now bring your hands just under your shoulders. Suck in the belly, press your pubic bone into the mat. Lift your head, lift your chest, lift your hands. And release. Keep the belly tight. Breathing in as you lift. Breathing out as you lower. Lift, lift, lift. And release. Lift and release. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And release. Flip over onto your side. And support your head, keeping your neck in line with your spine. Stack the hips, stack the shoulder blades, and lift both legs. And release. Lift and lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now flex into your heels. Bend the top leg and come up onto your forearm. Your elbow directly under your shoulder. Keep the length in the spine and lift the bottom leg. Little pulses. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Flip over into your other side. Body straight. Support your head. Suck in the belly. Lift the legs. And release. Keep that belly tight. Lift from the hip. 1, and release. Come up onto your forearm, bottom leg straight, top leg in front. Keep the length in the spine, legs into the heel, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Flip over onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a tight hug. Interlace your fingers behind your head and lift your upper body. Extend your legs. Now pull the knees to your elbows. Extend, squeeze the legs together. Breathing out and breathing in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pull and hold. And release. Give your knees a little hug. Suck in the belly. Squeeze the knees into the chest. If your neck is a problem, hold your head. Lift your head, bring your arms next to your ears and extend the legs at a 45-degree angle. Pull the knees into the chest and rest your head. Give your neck lots of lengthening in the back of the neck, chin down. Interlace your fingers behind your head. As you exhale, lift the upper body, extend your legs. Suck in the belly. Now squeeze your toe mounds together. The toe mounds, your bunion bones. Push your elbow tips to the ceiling. Flatten your spine into the mat and pull the ribcage down towards the mat. Keep squeezing the toe mounds. Your neck is a problem. Keep your hands there. Bring your ankles above your hips and swap legs. If your neck isn't a problem, reach for the leg and pull, 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 pull. Five, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a nice tight hug. And release. Keeping your knees bent, take your feet right off the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head and drop both knees to the right. Now lift the head, lift the shoulders. Pull the rib cage down towards the mat and release. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. And release. Flip the knees over to the other side. Keep the shoulders level. And lift. Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. And release. Knees to the ceiling. Now drop the knees wide apart and bring the soles of the feet together. Suck in the belly, tilt your pubic bone to the ceiling. Suck in the belly. Press the spine into the mat. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Now bring your knees to your elbows and lower the feet. Knees to the elbows and lower the feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Let the knees just flop down. Rest your head. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the elbow tips right back, pressing into the mat. Straighten your arms above your head. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms away from you. Try and squeeze your ears. As you exhale, straighten the legs, pushing into the heels. Flex into the heels. Turn down towards your chest. Bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a tight tug. Flex into the heel. Straighten your right leg to the ceiling. Bring your forehead to your knee. Suck in the belly. Suck in the chin. And release. Ease into your chest. Extend the right leg along the mat. Left leg to the ceiling. As you exhale, forehead to your knee. Flex into the heels. If you can, pull up the kneecaps. If you've got a knee problem, come up into sitting with your legs crossed. Bring both legs to the ceiling, hands behind your knees. Work the feet down, come into a squat. And drop your knees. Interlace your fingers behind your back, bring your shoulder blades together. If your neck is healthy, drop the head back and see if you can lift the arms. Feel the opening up in the chest. And release. On your fingertips, lift your hips to the ceiling, float the heels down. Reach for the back of the legs. As you exhale, put your chin to your chest and shift your weight to your toes. Bend your knees, place your hands to the top of the mat, step your feet to the back of the mat and lift your hips. Work the heels down, chin tucked in. Turn your left heel in, step forward with your right foot between your hands. Now straighten your right leg and bring your forehead to your knee. Try and push the back legs hip forward. Now float your arms up above your back, interlace the fingers and pull your hands towards your head. Release your hands to either side of your foot and step back into down dog. Swap legs, turn your right heel in, step forward with your left foot. Straighten the left leg, level the pelvis, forehead to your knee. Suck in the belly to protect your back. Step your feet to the top of the mat. Straighten out your legs. Put your hands on your shin bones. Follow your back and look up. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly straighten out the torso. Keep it slow. You've been hanging upside down. And turn to face the front and part your legs in a wide V. If you can, push the heels out, toes in. Push into the heel of the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring your arms up above your head, breathe in. And as you exhale, reach for your ankles and tuck in your chin and shift your weight to your toes. Pull the chest to your thighs. Your hands directly under your shoulders. Straighten out your arms, round out your back, chin tucked in, and very slowly roll up. Mirror image, turn your right foot to point directly away from you. Turn your hips to face the front. Lift your back heel, push it out. Float the arms up. And as you exhale, reach across the room, keeping your shoulder above your shin bone. Don't lean forward and turn the head to look up. There's a pulling on the back of your knee. Bend the knee slightly. But try and stack the shoulder blades. Breathe in, coming up. You can stretch the psoas on the other side. Turn your left foot, lift your right heel, push it back. Don't forget to square your hips. As you exhale, reach across the room, keeping your shoulder above your shin bone. Don't let it drop in front. Try and stack the arms, stack the shoulder blades, and turn the head to look up. Turn your head to look down at your foot. One hand on either side of your foot, and step back into down dog. Lifting the hips, lift your heels down. Now lift just the left leg to the ceiling and push the right heel towards the mat. Keep the pelvis level, chin tucked in. And swap legs. Pelvis level, work the supporting heel down. Drop your hip towards the mat. Don't lift the hip to the ceiling. Keep that pelvis level. Try and feel the stretch on the outside of the leg you're standing on. This is the iliotibial band. Don't try to stretch. And release. Gently come down onto your knees. Drop your glutes to your heels. Soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Walk both hands over to the left, taking your torso to the left. See if you can put your right hand on top of the left. Swing it over to the other side. Taking your torso right past your knee. Drop your head, drop your chest. Breathe. Back to the center. And slowly come up into sitting. Turn to face the front. And part your legs in a wide V. Sit to the back of the mat. Lift the torso, push it forward. Work with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. And release to the glute stretch. Bring your left heel in front of your right buttock. Take the right leg across, toe pointing to the knee, mirror image. Exhale and twist, pull the knee into the chest, turn the head, turn the shoulders. And release over to the other side. Wait for the exhalation. Exhale and twist. Make sure both sitting bones stay glued to the mat. Turn the head and the shoulders. And release. Bring the soles of the feet together and bring the heels close to the perineum. Feel a lengthening in the spine. Interlace your fingers around your toes, lengthening in the spine. Little pulses. Drop flapping the knees up and down. Now lift your chin and just lean forward. Feel how the stretch intensifies in the groin. You could stay there a little more advanced. Round out your back. Bring your elbows in front of your shin bones. Try and get your chest to your feet and push the knees down. And release. Sitting with your legs crossed. Feel a lengthening in the spine. Rest your hands on your knees and just drop your chin to your chest. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Gently lift your chin, bring the corners of your mouth to your eyes. Thank you for joining me. Have a fabulous day. Hope to see you again later in the week. Well done. Stay healthy, stay safe.